wine and dine. She likes that too. But
Well, so do I.
yeah, I mean everyone does. Yeah. So the
Yes, let me know when.
C'est juste un magistrat. C'est pas cher. N'importe quelle raison. Passer devant le juge. On l'a déjà fait, nous, la vie. Enfin, parfait. C'est lui qui.
C'est une sanction.
Si, voilà, s'il applique la sanction, combien. C'est sérieux?
C'est comme à la télévision.
Ou alors ils vont leur dire que vous avez 30 jours pour vous mettre en règle. Et puis dans 30 jours, vous n'avez rien fait, ben là ça commence les sanctions. Peut-être qu'ils sont là. Peut-être qu'ils sont là, je sais pas. Je sais pas du tout.
C'est pas celui qui fait la location.
Qui respecte le règlement. C'est bon, ça.
C'est dimanche, quelques jours.
Ce bâtiment-là, de toute façon, c'était il n'y avait rien à faire. C'était occupé, c'est ça? C'est des vitres dehors.
On suit le plan.
Là, on sait que les restaurants,
Tout le monde s'assied.
oui, si. Parce qu'il a changé la liste.
Moi, c'est like at work late.
Oh, yeah. Ray, okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call to order special magistrate hearings. It's after, if you could all please keep your voice down. If you want to talk to your neighbor, please feel free to step outside. I know we have a whole bunch of people here for a particular case, which the city is going to call first, but I need to go through opening the meeting and calling to order, which I just did, and set out what the rules are in this case, as well as every code enforcement alleged violation. What I like to do is give an opening statement to the audience as to how these hearings are handled, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. First of all, if you could please turn off your cell phones, would very much appreciate it. If the cell phone concerns a medical device, then that will not apply to you. But usually, you know, the dings and all the other stuff that go on that we're all sometimes tortured by when we get the texts and the emails, please turn your phone off. Welcome and thank you for being here. Please be advised there are no weapons of any kind permitted in these chambers or anywhere within these facilities. In all issues that may come before the magistrate, we ask that everyone show a mutual respect for one another by listening quietly to each person speaking, and that everyone refrain from clapping, heckling, or verbal outbursts in favor or in opposition to a speaker. These hearings are conducted by a special magistrate, which is the purpose is to give any alleged violators the opportunity to contest the decision of the code enforcement officer, which resulted in the issuance of a civil violation notice. These hearings are conducted in a quasi-judicial manner, and I'm the special magistrate that's been assigned to hear these cases today. I'm going to be acting like a judge, but please be aware that I'm not a judge. You're not in circuit court. You're not in county court. These are administrative quasi-judicial proceedings, and they're informal. That means that only fundamental due process applies. Hearsay evidence is admissible, and depending on how many witnesses occur in the first case or any other case, I'll listen to what testimony there is to determine whether or not there's a violation or not. Obviously, these hearings are open to the public. You are a member of the public, but anyone can show up and watch. It is required that all persons who testify to the facts of the case be placed under oath, including the code enforcement officer, so that either I or staff will do so shortly. As I mentioned, these hearings are not going to be conducted in accordance with the formal rules relating to evidence of witnesses. Any relevant evidence will be admitted if I find it to be competent and reliable, regardless of the existence of any common law or statutory rule to the contrary. All documentary evidence must be submitted for placement in the hearing file. No documentary evidence will be considered unless the alleged violator or code enforcement officer submits a copy for the hearing file. Each party shall have the right to call and examine witnesses, to introduce exhibits, to cross-examine opposing witnesses on any matter relevant to the issues at hand, even though that matter was not necessarily covered in the direct examination, to impeach any witness regardless of which party first called him to testify, and to rebut the evidence against him. It is my responsibility to make findings of fact based on the evidence of record. The fact-finding determinations of a magistrate are limited jurisdictionally to the following: whether the alleged violation occurred, and if so, whether the person named in the civil violation notice can be held responsible for that violation. I may also modify the decision of the code enforcement officer as to the time for correction contained in the civil violation notice, even though said time is rebuttably presumed to have been reasonable. I have the authority to assess and order the payment of civil penalties, whether it's a one-time fine or a per diem or a daily fine, and to issue orders having the force of law to command whatever steps are necessary to bring a violation into compliance and to assess administrative costs. In order to make a finding upholding the code enforcement officer's decision, I must find that there is substantial competent evidence that the named violator was responsible for a violation of the relevant section of the code as charged. If I affirm the decision of the code inspector, my order will specify the amount of the civil penalty, the administrative costs of the hearing of not less than $100 if assessed, and the date on which the alleged or ultimately the proved violation occurred. If there is an appeal and you have a right to appeal within 30 days of the ruling that I sign, that hearing is not de novo, but is based on limited to the appellate review of what happens here, the record created by the magistrate. An appeal shall be filed within 30 days of the issuance of the order sought to be overturned. If you are found guilty of the civil violation charge, you'll be assessed an administrative fee of $100. The city will go first, and the alleged violator will present their case thereafter. I will consider the evidence and render a decision after all arguments are heard. As to these cases, after the city goes first and presents its case via the notice of violation, if the alleged violator says, okay, I need time to comply, you don't have to contest it if you don't want to. If you want to, you're free to do so. That's entirely up to you. If you don't contest it, then we'll hammer out or come up with some agreement for you to have time to comply, whether it's not obtaining, failure to obtain a permit or any other item, painting or whatever else there is. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and swear in all witnesses who will testify under oath. If you're going to go in to testify, please stand and raise your right hand and repeat and affirm. If you don't want to stand, don't. You can sit down, just raise your right hand if you be so kind if you're going to testify. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth if you could affirm. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'm now going to go ahead and issue a roll call as to who's here today. That's for staff. You can sit down. Go ahead.
Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez present.
Code Officer Gene Gustin, present.
Put their mic on.
My apology. Code Officer Gene Gustin, present.
Interim Assistant City Attorney Brian Sherman.
Harry Hippler, Special Magistrate for these proceedings.
Nasli Cardona, Code Compliance Clerk.
Werner Chavez, Record Specialist.
Okay, I'm going to also adopt the prior minutes of November or whatever date that there is from a prior hearing, which is customary, and I'll go ahead and adopt those minutes on the record as well. Any adoption, deferrals, additions, or modifications at this time?
Code Officer Gene Gustin, Section 5, adoption to the agenda. Case number 7972, Section 7.1 has come into compliance. And additional case, Section 8713, Section 10.3 has also come into compliance. And Section 5.1, case number 5552 has been added to agenda upon request.
Okay. All right, at this time, I'm going to defer to the city, but I assume that the first case that's going to be called will be 11.1, case 9150. If I'm incorrect, let me know, but go ahead and call it anyway.
Mr. Hibbler, just want to check, did you adopt the minutes for
Yes.
November? Okay.
That's okay. It's all right.
All right. Are there any attorneys present?
Okay.
Okay, if no attorneys are present, we're going to go in the order of the check-in. The first case we have here is case 8909, Robert Wagner.
Okay, what number is that?
Section 7.10.
10.10? No.
Okay, the code officer is going to present first, and then Robert may go after.
Code Officer Gene Gustin, first case on the agenda, Section 7.10, Case 8909. Code Officer Gene Gustin for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 8909, property owner NSP 3, Pembroke Park Distribution. Site address 1781 South Park Road, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on 9/19/23. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on December 30th, 2023, and posted to the property on December 4th, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violation is for item 1, operating without a business tax receipt and certificate of use. At this current time, as of November 30th, 2023, there was an affidavit of noncompliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or a daily fine amount of $100 per day after with a $100 admin fee.
Your name, please, sir.
Robert Wagner,
And are you the owner of the property?
the district manager.
Okay, what's up?
Case in point, we acquired this property December of 21. I was new to the job. I thought a lot of that business tax stuff had been taken care of. Obviously, come around this September, it was not taken care of. We have worked to get a lot of these violations repaired or fixed. I called for a reinspection on 12/11. Many of those violations were corrected. The few violations remaining have been corrected. The specific one was the click to enter system, which is required in starting April 2024. My vendor had done the work, but did not apply for the permitting. That has now been rectified. The permits and the plans are in. So once that is approved, I can call for a reinspection and close out the remaining violations.
Okay, what about the BTR and the certificate of use?
I can't get those until the fire
I
violations.
got you. Okay, all right.
And
You
so 30
agree
days.
to having 30 days to comply for the violations?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, please.
Do you need more time?
Just the 30 days. I just need to make sure that the permitting and the plans were approved. The system's already in, and then I can call for the inspection to test the system and close out the remaining violations.
Okay. Now with the permitting, you think it's that's realistic, or 45, 60 days?
Yeah, he may need more time. It's up to you.
Okay, I'm willing to give you 60 days.
Okay.
Okay. Because you can't get the BTR, the certificate of use, without complying with everything else, and things take time, and you seem to be moving diligently and professionally, which is good. You just need to move on and get it taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I'm going to find there's substantial competent evidence to support the city's position. You'll have 60 days from today to comply, or $100 per day per violation, or do you want it for both?
For both.
For both, okay.
Correct.
Okay, $100 a day for both. Okay. Very good. Okay, thank you. We'll do an order,
Yes.
and let me write this up. 60.
Please hold on. I will give you a copy, okay?
Okay.
50. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you,
We'll
sir.
get that to you in the next minute
Thank you.
or so. More or less.
Thank you.
12. Can I read it?
7.3. Just state where is it in the agenda?
Yes, it's on the agenda. The next case on the agenda is section 7.3, case number 8812. Code Officer Gene Gustin for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 8812, property owner Edwin R. Wendorf, site address 139 Lone Pine Lane, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on November 28, 2023. A notice of formal hearing, but the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on November 28, 2023, and posted to the property on December 4th, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violations for item 1, installation of addition without a permit; item 2, shed installed without a permit; and item 3, damaged vinyl skirt. Also, item 4, outdoor storage, miscellaneous items stored at premises. At this current time, as of November 28, 2023, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or daily fine amount of $100 per day after with $100 admin fee.
Good morning.
Yes, what is your name, please, sir?
Edwin Wendorf. A little speak English, please. More speak Spanish.
You're doing fine thus far. I wish that my Spanish were as good as I hear your English. Really get an A+ in my books.
But explain more speak Spanish.
Okay. All right. Well, you've been charged with these violations. Okay.
Ya, por... Expresarme por Spanish, please. It's okay? No?
He needs a translator. Anyone willing to translate for Mr. Wendorf?
Yeah?
We'd have to put it on recall right now.
Yeah.
Warner will translate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Que ya he solucionado varias...
¿Qué es lo que quiere decir?
Que ya he solucionado varias de las cosas de lo que ya estaba.
Okay, some of the,
Warner, just state your name for the record and that you're going to translate for Mr. Edwin Wendorf.
Werner Chavez.
Is the mic on?
Werner Chavez. Werner Chavez.
Yeah.
Werner Chavez, record specialist for Town of Pembroke Park. The gentleman states that several of these issues have been corrected.
Ok. Que ya tengo los planos,
He has the plans,
y pido disculpas de lo que haya hecho. No sabía que tenía que pedir permiso porque estaba de viaje.
and he apologizes for job that wasn't done. He stated that he didn't know he needed to obtain a permit, and also he was away on a trip.
El storage ya fue renovado, movido,
The storage have been removed
porque era de plástico
because it was made with plastic,
y se está trayendo el nuevo que es de metal.
and they're bringing in a new one that's made with metal material.
De cualquier consecuencia que haya habido, pido disculpas y puedo solucionarlo.
For anything that was done as an error on his part, he apologizes.
Ok.
That's it.
Y tengo, como decía, los planos. Ya.
And as he stated before, he has the plans already with him.
Okay. Has he applied for a permit? I think that was one of the requirements.
Una de las preguntas es, ¿usted aplicó por los permisos?
Okay.
No, porque no apliqué hasta que me llegó el comunicado de ustedes.
¿Pero ya aplicó o no?
Sí, ya había
Okay.
aplicado.
He has applied for the permits.
Okay, so it's pending and hasn't been approved, I assume.
Eh,
No, estaba esperando, estaba pidiendo tiempo, pero no me dieron el tiempo y podía acumular ya todos lo que podía dar. Ya tengo el permiso de la... Pero no tengo el permiso todavía. No tengo el permiso todavía.
He states that he does not have the permit yet. He's trying to get things corrected. But to answer the question, he doesn't have a permit yet.
Right, it's not been granted, okay. All right, what's the,
The city would recommend giving Mr. Wendorf 60 days to comply.
okay, great.
60 días
Para
para
aplicar. Ok,
para ponerse al día.
okay, gracias.
Okay.
Thank you.
You agree, or, you
¿Está de acuerdo?
comprende,
it's okay.
whatever, you agree, okay.
¿Está de acuerdo con eso?
Correcto, por eso que...
Yes.
See what
he
I
agrees.
mean? I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately.
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
All right, I'm gonna find,
60 días.
pardon me, go ahead.
60 days is fine.
Great, okay,
Ok, thank you.
okay, yes, 60. I've listened to the evidence. There's substantial competent
second.
evidence to support the city's
They're
position.
going to give you a final order so you understand the findings of facts. Okay.
And he'll have 60 days in which to comply or $100 a day. And you can start calling the next case if you want. There you go. Thank you.
Next case is on section 11.1 on the agenda, case 9150.
Good morning.
Hi, one moment. I'm going to present the case and then anybody can do testimony after.
Great.
Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 9150, property owner 3192-4, West Hallandale LLC, care of Management Office. Site address 3192 through 3194 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, Unit J. A notice of violation and a notice of formal hearing was sent out December 6th, 23rd by certified mail and regular mail, posted to the property on January 5th, 24. The violations are for loud noise or music is ongoing until 6 a.m. in the morning, and the neighborhood is being disturbed by the noise. Several neighborhood complaints have been made, and Kelsey's Lounge needs to be soundproof to continue to operate. Building permits and inspections are required to make the lounge soundproof. No person shall allow or permit between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. the following morning instrumental music, singing, or other forms of entertainment in any room where beers, wine, liquors, or alcohol beverages are sold or offered for sale, indoors or outdoors, unless such room or rooms are soundproofed in order that the noise therefrom may not disrupt the peace and quiet of the neighborhood. It is intended by this section that in rooms, soundproof music, singing, and other forms of entertainment may be conducted during hours that alcohol beverages may be sold, as set forth in this chapter, but at no other hours. I've been in communication with citizens of Pembroke Park that live nearby the area, and the complaints have come in that there's loud music from 11 p.m. up to 4 a.m. in the morning. I have spoke with the business owner as well. He assured me that there is no ongoing music. I've spoke to police officers that have mentioned that there is no loud music disturbing the peace. However, we have several citizens and the business owner here to give testimony, and it's going to be evidence in this case as to what they are going to,
Sure.
testify. So at this time, I'm going to say that, to make the area soundproof would take about 60 days, getting plans and permits to make a building soundproof. And if this doesn't stop, then a per diem up to $50 and $100 admin fee. Okay. You may proceed, Mr. Bertrand.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Bertrand Cesse.
Yeah, just make sure the mic is on.
Green, the button there.
My name is Bertrand Cesse. I'm the general manager of Park Lake Estates. I'm here on behalf of the many residents who have complained. They're here with me, as you can see in the room. And actually, if that's okay with you, I would like to bring one person, one of the residents. She has a statement to make on behalf of the other.
Okay, so it'll
Okay.
be one for everybody?
It will be one for everybody.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fine.
All right. Thank you.
Is
Mr. Hippler, if I may,
Sure, please.
a quick
please.
point of order.
Yeah.
Do we have a respondent?
Yeah. Is there
He said,
respondent here?
is the respondent? Sir, okay, then by respondent, it's about the owner of the business. Okay. And you're here, sir, if you can come to the microphone and state your appearance, please.
Good morning. Kelsey Freitas, manager and owner of Kelsey's Lounge.
Okay, and what is your relationship with 3192-4 West Hallandale LLC?
General manager.
You're the general manager of the company?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hippler.
Go ahead. Your name, please, and if you need to move the microphone down a little, there you go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Danielle LeMay, and I'm residing at 102 South Lake Shore Drive in Park Lake Estates. And I'm speaking for a resident whose English is not sufficient to speak to the hearing, but who has done the work to document the take action of this complaint. This is my friend Sylvie Goyette, residing at 107 North Lake Shore Drive, a few hundred feet from the bar in question. So, since November 16, 2023, almost every Thursday to Sunday night, starting around 11 p.m. until the early morning hours, 4 to 5:30 a.m., intense bass sounds from music emanate from this location. It has been impossible to sleep, very stressful, a sound disruption previously unheard of in Park Lake Estates, and completely ruining our lives, health, and comfort. Many other residents in Park Lake Estates have been disrupted by the same bass sounds from midnight to early morning. In fact, one resident recorded over 20 nights since December 15 of excessive noise. The sounds travel from the bar on Lake DeSoto along the east side, Park Lake Estates, and can be heard through the lake. Let me introduce you to Beverly Lepine, residing at 109 South Lake Shore Drive in Park Lake Estates, a half a mile away and not lakefront. She has been awoken late at night and early morning by a heavy bass coming from the lake area. It is difficult to get back to the sleep once awake, and the sounds continues to the very early hours. Beverly has spoken to neighbors, as has myself, residing on the same street, and they have confirmed hearing the bass in the early morning hours, but did not know where it was coming from. So the action taking, our general manager of Park Lake Estates forwarded a letter to the city of Pembroke Park dated November 30th, 2023, which indicated that he had received a number of complaints from residents, including Mrs. Goyette. A petition of 80 names of Pembroke Park Lakes, west side of Lake DeSoto, and Park Lake Estates, the east side of Lake DeSoto, has been produced and sent to the city of Pembroke Park, complaining about the unbearable noise late at night. Mrs. Goyette called the local police on January 6, 2024, around 2 a.m. to complain about the noise. As most residents in Park Lake Estates are French-speaking, they are uncomfortable to address the hearing in English. However, Mrs. Goyette contacted many of the residents who expressed concern about the noise, over the noise. So our request today, we are here today in hope that Pembroke Park, in accordance with its bylaws and through this hearing, will investigate and take appropriate action to ensure that comfort, peace, and quiet of the neighborhood and the citizen is returned. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Anybody, ma'am, did you want to come up and testify as well?
Myself?
Yeah. Yeah, please. Okay. Your name.
My name is Beverly Lepine, and I reside at 109 South Lake Shore Drive in Park Lake Estates.
Can you tell me what you heard and what you saw and all the other?
So, on many nights since we arrived here in Florida on November 3rd, but particularly in December and onward, we'd be woken up, my husband and I, at night, often around 2, and it is the bass that is so troublesome. So it feels like your heartbeat is going to change. And we're over half a mile away in Park Lake Estates from the bar in question. So, and not on the lake. So we're not, it's certainly the noise travels extensively on Lake DeSoto and the bars at the end of Lake DeSoto.
Water does that.
Yes, exactly. But we aren't on lakefront and we still hear this intense bass. The problem is it's almost impossible to get to sleep. It takes a good hour and a half or two to try and get back to sleep. We go stand on our deck, we put our head out, we were trying to figure out where this noise was coming from. And then found out through the residents who are even closer. In fact, the residents that Danielle and Sylvie in particular are about 200, 300 feet from the bar. So they are really close. And the noise has been emanating from there. It wakes us up, we have trouble getting back to sleep, and we're surprised by this amount of bass intensity. So it's something that we have not experienced at Park Lake Estates, and we have lived there since 2013. We have never heard noise like this disrupting the community. So we sincerely hope that the investigation can be conducted as per the case, and that some action can be taken to ease this discomfort. I thank the hearing and the committee very much for the time. Thank you.
Okay, and how many nights or early mornings would you say that you heard the bass?
As the example given that someone had actually recorded over 20. In the case of myself, I would say easily 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay.
I agree with that.
All right. Okay, all right. Ma'am, you're from Canada? Okay, do you want to say anything? I mean, you come here, did you say that your colleague there didn't speak English?
I don't speak English very well, but...
Come on up, ma'am. That's it. Okay, come on. Okay, what?
Translate for her.
Okay, well, let's, thus far she's getting an A in my
Okay.
book. So.
And I just want to assure that everybody who's given testimony has been sworn in.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
You've been sworn in? Okay.
I didn't stand when the...
It's okay. Did you raise your right hand?
No.
Okay, all right, I'll do it again.
All right. So can somebody translate this? If anybody is going to give testimony, please make sure you're sworn in.
Yeah.
Il y a des gens qui vont parler ou faut qu'il ait été assermenté avant avec la main droite.
Yeah, okay, ma'am, you had testified. Do you swear or affirm that all the testimony that you gave is true and correct and nothing but the truth? Okay, great, thank you. Go ahead. All right, ma'am, go ahead.
So, what do you need to know?
Well, you tell me you're here for a purpose. You know, I don't think it's to watch meetings. So what's going on near where you live?
Okay.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe chez toi pour que tu...
Yeah, I'm not living close to the lake, but many days a week we heard this bass sound, and it's very incommoding. It's very difficult to live. You know, we are the old people. I mean, we have a 55 years old community, and we stay here 5 or 6 months a year. And we like this place. We like the town, and we want to be quiet. I mean, it's not. It's not normal
Yeah.
to get this kind of music many days a
Yes.
week. And we can sleep, we can, you know, it's, I think you understand me.
Yes, no, you,
What?
What she was explaining also is that it sort of starts around 11 at night, and it's crescendo. It's like it amplifies as you get later or earlier during the night, so that around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock is the peak time,
Yeah.
right? And that's when people who've been trying to sleep or are asleep are awakened, and that's very, very hard to go back to sleep. And
Yeah.
c'est d'autres choses.
Ben non, non, je sais plus trop quoi rajouter. Avez-vous d'autres choses à rajouter?
Okay. All right.
Ça dit comment? Ce que ça veut
So
dire?
that's,
Okay, when you say that you heard the noise, when you say day, you meant early morning hours, like 2 to 3 a.m., the noise, the bass.
It's worse.
no, mais,
Non, c'est bien.
no. It peaks around 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes they have a special event, and sometimes starting in PM until late in the night.
Right.
But sometimes starting at 11, but after 2, 3 o'clock, it's very intense.
Intense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, very good.
So you have witness right here, and I'm not the only one. I represent the others, but Pembroke Park and Park Lake, we have this kind of problem.
And most people have been residents for many, many, many years at both parks and have never been bothered by
Okay, has this been going on fairly recently, or is it something that's been going on for years or months or whatever?
November?
No, yeah,
Okay.
starting November.
November.
Okay. All right, okay. All right, great, thank you. Anyone else like to testify?
Pembroke, voulez-vous, quelqu'un de Pembroke qui en a parlé?
Okay. Great, your name, please, sir?
Martin Rémillard.
And sir, please, you have been sworn in?
Sorry?
You've been sworn in?
Can you make sure the mic is on?
Oh, go ahead. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just another witness. I think everything was already said, but just to give you another idea, I'm the owner of the 16 Westlake Drive Pembroke Park, like 500 feet behind the bar. And the big problem is behind the bar, where is the lake? And the wind and the lake make a huge amplifier in the same time with the music. And we're not able to sleep at all. And everything is true. 3 to 4 times every week. I arrive October 22, and it starts there, not before. That's the new business with the new reality. So the only thing we want, we have nothing against the business or the owner or the tenant over there, is the noise. We just want to be able to sleep normally. 2 things, respect and common sense. That's what we ask.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. All
Thank
right.
to you.
Okay, let me do this. I'll take more witnesses if necessary, but Kelsey's bar representative, come on up. Okay, what is, yeah, are you with, you're both together, right? Okay, go ahead. What's your name, please?
Kelsey Freitas.
Okay, and what's going on there? What do you want to say?
And you've been sworn in, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
I know we have residents. It took us 2 years to build out this lounge, and Frenchie's is right there next to us, and we have a relationship where we kind of work together with parking. So I do understand their concerns. When we did the construction, we did do soundproofing where we did the walls, which was done. But obviously, we did have some plumbing issues over there where the back door was open a couple times during the evening, and when that happens, it's kind of hard to kind of stop the sound from traveling out. So I know that probably, and that happened in the month of November for at least, I want to say at least 2 weeks. We had the kind of issues going back and forth. So I believe that's when sound was starting to emanate outside of the building. New stuff that I'm now hearing today is, the lake and all that. And also through correspondence, I didn't get notice of this until December 19, because I guess the mail was being returned. Stuff wasn't coming to me, and I actually came over to the town and spoke to the code officer to actually get all the documentation from the residents, because I heard there were complaints, and I don't want to be a nuisance. I don't want to disrespect anybody. And I actually received all of that information just yesterday. So it's kind of like I'm behind the ball at even kind of fixing or kind of going above and beyond the call of duty to kind of make sure everybody's happy, because I have put in a lot of work in building this lounge, and it's not just for me, it's pretty much for everyone. When the complaints did come in, there was a lot of other businesses in the same complex, so we didn't really, like there was somebody that had a band outside, there was a lot of grand openings. I don't know if I printed this out, so I don't know if y'all want to see it.
Yeah, sure.
So
Are those copies that we can keep for the public record?
yeah, you can keep that copy. So there was a band with a big stage that actually, and I looked up all the addresses in the middle of this night this morning, so I'm kind of like tired, since I just got this report yesterday with all the petition names and addresses, and the ones that's on that corner, yes, I think they would be affected by any noise that kind of emanates out of our residence, our business, or even the band. So January 7th, I know there was a police record on there, or there been a police come out a couple times, which was before 11 o'clock, and there you can't really hear the music. Once the doors are shut, it's kind of hard to hear it. But I did read one of the testimonies and they said something about the bass, so I have no problem with addressing the bass. And I also yesterday had somebody come out to get another acoustical proposal to kind of do something for the outside of the back treatment of the wall to make sure the residents. Here you go, sir.
Same thing. That's a copy we can keep.
Yeah, you can keep that one.
Okay.
And that happened yesterday. And because of the holidays, it took them kind of a while to come out. So they're gonna come out for us this weekend, actually, between hours of 7:30 and 10:30. And they asked that we kind of play as loud as possible. But we're gonna need access. So I'm happy that this gentleman is here, because we're gonna actually need access to come on the property where the lake's at, to kind of see exactly what's going on, how far it's traveling, if it's star base or whatnot, and just go from there. The last time the police came there, I actually was outside, and I did a report with the decibel levels. And inside of our building, it is high, it's 115 decibels. And when you come outside, it's 51.5, which is pretty much the whisper. And I know you guys have the charts of everybody, the neighbors, with the decibels when they're outside, which is 70 to 80. And 70 to 80 is actually city traffic decibel levels. So I do know they live in different type of structure homes where it's not fully concrete. So they're going to hear stuff. But I'm trying my best to kind of, just add a little more, I don't know, a whole nother block wall or something back there, so I don't disturb these neighbors. Is it going to take time? It's going to take time. As again, I've gotten everything kind of late, as you can see. Everything's been denied, return to sender. So, but I'm here trying to fix it. So, I don't know.
Okay. I've also, I'm looking at the file. I review this, but not as extensively as I've reviewed it now. There's a petition signed by a lot of people in Pembroke Park, properties, owners or residents that complained about the noise. So I'm going to consider that as well.
Mr. Hibbler?
Yes.
Is your mic on?
Yes, it's not loud enough. Maybe I wasn't sitting. Anyway, I've considered the petitions. I reviewed these before the hearings, but I've reviewed it more extensively now. Many of the same people who signed the petition, I'm sure, are here today, echoing or would echo the complaints that they have. Okay, I see a decibel check, or this. Whose is that? If you know.
So I received the petition and the decibel photos from the residents.
Yes.
That was submitted yesterday. That's why Kelsey received those items yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a stack of petition, emails regarding the noise. But the town ordinance, section 3-6, noise restriction in establishment, it's not about decibel. It's just to ensure that it's soundproof, but the decibels were taken by the residents.
Right. No, I agree with you. I was just asking.
Yeah.
Because nowhere in the ordinance or, quite frankly, in other cities that I sit in, is there a decibel requirement. the issue comes down to whether or not the noise is excessive and disrupts the peace and quiet of a neighborhood. And some can argue that's a objective standard and or maybe a subjective standard, but it's a matter of complaints and is it reasonable under the circumstances. So I was just asking about the decibels. I'm not really considering the decibel matter, but I saw that and, curiosity on my part. Okay, do you want to add anything, sir?
Well, one thing, the lady.
Yeah, what is your name, please?
My name is James McGow. I'm head of security.
Yes.
And you've been sworn in, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This gentleman has been there a couple of times. He's been outside, this officer. Many officers has come. And like the lady said Thursday, we're not even open on Thursdays at all. We just started opening on Sunday afternoons. So I don't know where they're getting that music from, but we're not open.
Okay, well, are you open? When are you open?
Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and recently Sunday in the Saturday in the day and Sunday in the afternoon because of the football games.
Okay, obviously. Okay, so, but it.
I mean, I think that's some days when they have complaints, we haven't been open. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say we don't open. Like we've been testing music in there since the summertime, and I don't know, some residents probably have been there, and I know they moved down at a certain time period, so it's probably now as soon as they came down affected. But it's just kind of weird that they just came and they see us there, and now it's a whole bunch of complaints.
Okay, when are you open from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
No, we're actually open from 7 p.m. So we're actually open early at the same music, and then.
Okay, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. When are you open?
We actually close at 3 a.m. Okay, we close at 3 a.m.
All right, well, I know, but you have all these people.
We also have. I mean, I'm not trying to do a trial today, but we close at 3 a.m. We probably had 1 or 2 parties, if that probably go till 4. We've never been open till 6 a.m. since we've been there. We have sales to bring that in the show, so it's kind of like, that's why at the beginning when I heard all this, it's like, well, it can't be us because we weren't open. It's just real simple, but we open from 7 p.m. and close at 3 a.m.
Okay, well, who else could it be? Who else could it be then if you're...
Please remain silent when the responding is giving testimony. Mr. Hippler, I wanted to add that the town did approve Kelsey Lounge to operate from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. They're the only business that are allowed to operate to that time,
right,
to 6 a.m. As far as I'm concerned, the other businesses that Mr. Kelsey mentioned that had a band, they're not allowed to operate. Which is Peach's Gym. And I did cite that business owner that they're not allowed to operate without the business tax receipt. So they are aware. So there shouldn't be any activity coming from that business.
Right.
So the only activity up to 6 a.m. that can operate is Kelsey Lounge.
Okay. All right. What is your position as I air this out about you not having any of this excessively loud music?
What they're saying is...
Let me go ahead and finish, and I'll let you
go ahead.
speak. That's okay. An intense bass until you get the proper soundproofing approved. It might be only 60 days. But candidly, since I've heard these cases in a number of forums, based on what I've heard thus far, I know you're suggesting that you cut off at 3 a.m., but yet whether you cut off at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., it's beyond 11 p.m., all right, which is when I think the ordinance mentions that it can't be disruptive to the peace and quiet of the neighborhood, and yet there's overwhelming testimony that it is. all right? And what is your position about not having this band noise until you get the soundproofing in and that everything's approved by the city, which from what you're saying shouldn't take more than 60 days? Because my concern genuinely is the public. I'm not doing this because it's a game of numbers. It's just that there's a viable concern to have peace and quiet in a neighborhood. You know, you're allowed to have the music, but you're not allowed to cause to have that music be disruptive of the peace and quiet of the neighborhood. And that appears to be based on pretty much overwhelming evidence as to what's happening. I mean, they have a right to sleep. You know, they're not, whatever age they are. And we want you to do well. Everybody does. You're a business, and you all present yourself well, obviously. But what's your position about ceasing that until this gets taken care of? Because that's my main concern here.
Okay, well, I think the main thing I've gotten out of this was they said the bass. So I have no problem with turning off the bass or lowering the bass that we have at our establishment until we get the soundproofing 100% done. We could turn it down from 11 to operate till 3 or 4 o'clock, or the time we shut off, which is 3 to 4. And I think that would, I already, from the first time I heard, because I have people in the community too, that I heard it was a petition going on, I made sure the security staff, I told them, make sure the back doors stay shut. If there's any emergencies with the plumbing or whatever, we have to walk around. And I did that just because of you know, the neighborhood or just trying to help everything out, help the whole situation out. So, I mean, I could lower the music down. That's really the only solution as far as cutting off the bass. And I think the bass is what I'm hearing really kind of triggering them, or that's going across, and that's the sound wave. A low wave is actually something, that's not our band. I noticed you said live music and stuff. That came from another establishment, and then it was also another establishment.
Not you?
No.
All right. Okay.
So I noticed you did say band, and there was another establishment there that had they shut down the whole grand opening. They shut down. They did it in the nighttime. They started actually like 10, 11. I don't know if that traveled too, and that was the bakery side, and we have proof of that also, where they shut this in the video form, but they shut down the whole parking lot, and they had that there, and they also had a party in the backyard for their son. So it's but at the end of the day, the residents come around and they see Kelsey's Lounge, and everything kind of just falls on me, which I'm okay with. I'll take the blame, but I just want you to know that it wasn't.
All right.
That's not me. We don't have bands. We just have music. All I can control is turning down the bass until we do more. We already soundproof, but I can go and try. I sent you the thing that I got yesterday, and we're gonna try and soundproof it some more. Just that back wall because of the lake and stuff.
Here's my notion, and let me see. I would want you to not do the bass. Mm-hmm. What about the other music? I mean, besides the fact that, and I don't think people fully understand that excessive loud noise. Do people come into your club or your lounge? Are they dancing, or are they just buying drinks?
They're doing all the above, sir.
Okay, and that's fine, you know. But they're coming in. This loud music, what do you think it does to eardrums of everybody? It makes people deaf, ultimately. There's a growing problem. Now, that's not, you know, I'm not, forgive me here, I'm not, you know, who's hated. I'm not Dr. Fauci here, okay, in the sense of a magistrate trying to look out for people's hearing. But can't you turn it down and they get it, all the music down until this gets taken care of? And you know, what you do afterwards, as long as it doesn't bother the neighborhood, is your business.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if I can work this out now so that I don't have to be harsher. But you need you need to reduce the sound, so it does not bother the public until you get the soundproofing, until this is satisfactorily taken care of, all right?
Yes.
If it's 60 days, I don't think that's gonna hurt your business. You know, if it does, tell them that you had this magistrate tell you that you had to do it or something. I don't care, you know.
All right.
But my purpose here is to try to find a resolution, if I can. If not, then, you know, I could very easily just enter an order, which I'm ultimately, based on what I've heard.
Mr. Hibbler, if I may, before you make
Sure, please, yes. Go
Okay,
ahead.
no, just before you make a ruling, briefly, if I may, you've already mentioned that you're reviewing the ordinance with the objective standard. You did make mention about decibel levels. The city does have decibel levels in its code under Chapter 17, excuse me. But again, as previously stated by Ms. Ramirez, why it was brought under 3.6. And considering the evidence, if you can also state, given the petition that you said that you will consider, but we also will consider and give all the evidence its proper weight, because again, of the cross-examination, quasi-judicial rules, and also before you rule, just make sure if you could inquire if the respondent has any questions of the city's witnesses.
Okay, all right. Do you have any questions of the city's witnesses?
You say the city's witnesses, like,
Do you want to cross-examine any of the city's witnesses?
no,
Want to
no,
ask them any questions? Okay,
nah.
all right.
All I just wanted to say is that I wanted to turn on the bass. Like I said, I'm going to turn on the bass. But in order for us to get the soundproofing, which would take 60 to 90 days, we're going to have to pick a day, and there's going to be a day where we're going to have to turn everything up inside of our establishment, which I haven't done, like turn it all the way up. And the guy said between 7:30, I think I gave you guys a paper, 7:30 to 10, 11
or whatever time.
we got to
it is.
schedule it. It's trying to schedule it now.
Well-
So it's going to be, I just don't want that to be a hindering factor when the neighbors hear the music loud, they call in or they call the police, because they usually
Okay,
call before 11.
all
So that is going to happen in order for us to rectify the situation and do this again all over.
Or you're going to have to do some testing. That's certainly
yeah.
rational or reasonable to expect. I mean, I wasn't aware that the city did have a decibel level, but I'm still going to say I'm not, you know, these decibel numbers are one indicia, but the most important one is the overwhelming testimony from tons of witnesses of the intense bass sound, that it stops people from sleeping, which is important, and the fact that it's just, in my opinion, based on a standard which is, in my opinion, a violation of the code. All right, you have to reduce the sound of the music. All right, the loudness of it. All right, when you get the soundproofing in, you may still want to not see how far you can push it, because soundproofing only goes so far. It's not perfect, but you'll have people coming back and complaining again. And if I wind up entering a final order here, the second time around for a violation isn't going to be a $250 per day. It'll be much higher than that. All right. So you need to take care of this. All right. And I'm trying to find a ground here based on the evidence where people can go to sleep and till 7 a.m. or whatever, or and the like, and that you run your business, but at reasonably loud or not so loud music. All right. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm 68. When you say, you know, age, I'm 68 years old. I've been doing this a long time. And if nobody actually comes out from the city and actually comes into the back of the building to actually hear, I feel it's being biased in a sense from the residents.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
That's okay. I respect that.
And
Okay.
we've done the meters. you know, and this is the first time, but I knew it was going to happen. I even told him it's going to happen.
Okay.
And we've done everything to work to make sure it doesn't happen. But if there's an emergency, this office has actually been there a few times. And if they're out there and they're seeing it, and you can barely hear the music at the front door, you know, I don't know how much more money we have to spend for people to hold it against us for somebody else. And I know the base because I don't like loud noise, and that's what I do. For years, I don't like the loud noise. I'm inside, I'll turn it down. But there's only so much, you know, you can do when people just set in their mind that they don't want you there.
Okay, I understand your concern. You're not being picked on here.
I'm not saying you.
No, by anybody, all right? You have a volume of people who are bothered by this and who say that the noise is intense. I can't disregard that evidence. To me, that's pretty substantial evidence. And if you can rectify it, fine. If you can't, then this will be reheard another day, and it may be a worse result for you. So you need to get it done. I mean, they have a right. We're in a area where you have like, this isn't mixed use housing, but in areas where you have restaurants and lounges on the bottom floor and people live on the top, those things don't go on past 11 p.m., all right? Those noises are excessive. So you have an area that is close by, you have businesses close by. That's what South Florida is. It's not a rural area. So you need to consider that as well. So you can't, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, you need to fix this. And what I'm willing to do is go with 60 days. And what you'd mentioned, the recommended fine or deferral, or what was your position, the city's position?
If not corrected within 60 days, a 250 per diem.
Okay. And also I'm going to add, during those 60 days, the respondent will not cause a disruption of the peace and quiet of the neighborhood by excessively loud band music. So you need to, well,
you say band, we don't have a band, and you're saying, I think that's kind of one.
You don't have a band, you have a bass. What do you have there?
I mean, I kind of find that if you put that in there, anybody can come in.
I'm airing this to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to.
Okay,
I'm not trying to say
there.
It's just a DJ. It's just speaker. It's just
DJ. Right. Okay.
Our music, but.
All right,
Yeah.
but you also have this intense music. Can't you turn it lower?
We're going to turn the best.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If I may, I believe it would be the intent of your order to have the soundproofing completed within 60 days, but the compliance with the city code is immediate. Is that the intent of what you're trying to say?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Soundproofing within 60 days and compliance with city code immediate. Well, it'll have to be immediate.
Right. Because technically it would be in compliance now because there's no noise.
Right. Until we come back again.
Yeah.
All right, which I hope doesn't happen. So during the 60 days, reduce the sound with the DJ and the
bass.
music. Okay, just do it. You know,
Yeah, that's done.
Okay, all right. Keep in mind that if you don't do it, and if the city proceeds in the future it's going to be $500. It could be more, 5,000 or
No,
No,
500.
no, 500.
Up to 500.
Because we're a
depending
small town, our population.
It'll be a repeat violation, all right, which would be retroactive to the date of the violation rather than sometime in the future. That means that once I enter the final order and it's written, this is may have to be rewritten or written over to comply with this. It's not a standard case based on the evidence. That if it happens again within 5 years, then it'll be $500 a day retroactive to the date of violation. That means for every day that the violation occurs, this is on a repeat violation, it'll be $500 a day from that date to the date of the hearing. All right?
Up to, and that would be at the discretion of the magistrate.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not there yet. So you don't want to go there. All right. All right. I'm trying to work this out with you because I know you want to work it out and you're going to work it out. Okay. But these people need to be able to sleep and not be bothered by this. And again, if it happens again during this time, beginning immediately, then they'll be free to come back. I hope it doesn't happen and file a complaint. And we'll have to go through this again, whether it's me or the other magistrate, so whoever it would be. But I'm going to go ahead and anything else from anybody? Okay, quickly, come on up.
I do that before.
You've been sworn in?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
do that.
perfect.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'm Mario Parent.
And you're
I'm the president of the Homeowner Association of Pembroke Park Lake.
Yeah.
And I live at the 36 Westlake Drive. So just the other side of the Lac Les Autos. So I understand, I agree with everything people talk about all witness talk. I have a suggestion for you. The back door should be an emergency door. But this door is open all the time, and the sound go to the back door, hit the lake, and rebound on the house.
What are you?
So if it's an emergency door, it's just supposed to be open if you have problem inside, correct?
Okay, I get. Look, that's something that Mr. Kelsey will take care of if he wants. All right, that may be one area, but you still need to do the soundproofing.
Yeah, we're still gonna do that. That's what I think.
Okay.
When I started off, we had an issue with the plumbing, and the back door was open, and that's where the noise emanated and came out. Okay. So that was rectified already, and I haven't had no complaints in January. I don't think we had that many complaints. I'm not sure. But I know the back door that's where I've kind of already enforced that. So
All right,
if I would have known, like if I would have got the correspondence and stuff, we wouldn't even be here today. But and that's another thing. Can I get direct correspondence to me or email, like how I got everything today or yesterday? Because if it's
You may request that. That's public record. However, the property owner is the ultimate respondent that needs to be here.
Yeah.
it was never given to me. So.
It's okay.
Mr. Hippler, may I respond briefly about the back door?
Yeah.
As you conclude the hearing, just to state for those here, but I'm staying as the interim assistant city attorney. The special magistrate has the ability to find violations and not find a violation. It doesn't have the ability to change the city code, alter the city code, or any other building code. So you don't have the authority, as you know, but again, I'm stating for the record, to declare a back door open, close, and emergencies. What we say is it's up to the compliance is always up to the respondent, which has been indicated in this case regarding the issues with the back door, but no one here has the authority to declare the back door an emergency door only. Thank you, sir.
Okay. The word I was thinking of in South Florida is it's a very dense area. There's a lot of density here. You're close by, all right? So everybody needs to consider that, and that includes lounges and Kelsey's, and the fact that there's a lake there as well. You look, the bottom line here, with the help of the interim city attorney, I'm going to find on his better verbiage than me to cut to the chase here. And I've taken more time than usual because I want everyone to understand that I'm giving everybody an opportunity for full and fair consideration before I make my ruling, including the business owner, which is important to Pembroke Park, as well as many of the ladies and gentlemen who come down from Montreal and come down for 6 months, as well as the locals and the like, to listen to this, because it really has just got to stop, okay? Sleeping's important, and they really ought not be interrupted like that at 2 or 3 in the morning. So I'm going to find that there's substantial, competent evidence to support the city's position. I'm going to go ahead and you'll comply with the city code immediately as to the noise violation. Comply with city code immediately with. You'll also apply for and obtain the necessary permits for soundproofing to be completed within 60 days. That should be enough time for you to do that. If you need more time and you show good faith, I don't think the city is going to oppose that. But just keep in mind, if it takes 90 days or longer or shorter, you're still going to have to comply with the city code as to the noise. So it's to your best interest to move this thing along. And I saw the price for this, or the cost, and I didn't take any proposals, but $2,650 is not a lot of money to take care of this.
That's just the inspection. That's not doing it. That's just
Okay,
to come
well,
out just to test.
I know, but okay, I don't know. Okay, but the point is that
is roughly going to be like $20,000.
Wow.
Okay.
So to do it over, actually, so we already did
okay.
it once.
Well, it's obvious. It will be. I can't get into costs, but once they do the inspection, they may know better. It may require less or more. All right, but that's just the cost of doing business. All right, that's really the bottom line. And again, I will say for the 3rd or 4th or 5th time, we want you to succeed, but they also need to be able to sleep at night. There's got to be a way for you to just tone down this noise. I mean, I don't think it's that difficult. I've been in, 1,000 years ago when I was young, to these bars and the like. They're excessively loud. Why, I don't know. All right, but turn down the noise. Okay, you get the soundproofing done. So you're really getting off today with a slap on the wrist, because I want this thing to work out, and so do you, and so does everyone else. There's no vendetta here. Everybody came up, and in fact, one gentleman or lady said that they understand you're in business, but you need to tone it down and comply with the city code. Anyway, if there isn't compliance after the 60 days, it'll be $250 per day thereafter. And it'll be $100 cost, administrative fee as always. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your courtesy and your professionalism, the city as well. Thank you all for coming.
Sir,
I hope it works
sir,
out. Yeah.
Please hold on a second. I will give you a copy of your order, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. Sure. This one, they have to be done over again.
but I don't...
You have.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, you can submit it. This is my copy.
Yeah. And then,
Perfect.
well, yeah, I'm gonna have to within 60 days.
You wanna do it by hand, or you want me to...
Oh no, I'll handwrite it and then see.
Yeah.
And we'll run it by the interim city attorney as well.
Well, just like this.
Whole time. Shall be. Compliance with this town code so that there is
No, sir. No, sir. No, no, sir. We have all these people here that waited patiently, and I appreciate it, but we need to continue the hearing.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Okay, great. It constitutes.
Do you want me to call the next case?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Sure. The next case is 5927. Signed in as Richard Torres. That is 9.1 on the agenda against Marcelina Sir at 123 Long Pine Lane, Pembroke Park, Florida. Hearing to confirm fine.
Next case on agenda is section 9.1, case number 5927, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 5927, current property owner Ricardo Daniel Torres, site address 121 Lone Pine Lane, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on December 12, 2023, and posted on the property on December 13, 2023, and in Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. At this current time, as of 12/12/23, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. The property is still not in compliance.
Go ahead. I'll work on this.
Okay. How you doing? My name is Ricardo Torres. My English is really poor. I wrote the signed letter, and I would like to explain what happened. And I would like my friend, is interpret for me, what really I want to express to you.
But this is a hearing to confirm fine. So, I'll let you make a reasonable response, but all that the city needs to do is just to confirm the fine, I believe.
Correct.
Okay. And what is that fine? Did you already say?
The fine amount is $33,600.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Good.
Okay. I would like to introduce my friend, is Maria. She want to read what I wrote.
If we confirm the fine, can later on be
Okay, what he wants to say.
an extension, right? Abatement.
My name is Maria Valdez, and I was sworn in. Dear Honorable Judge, my name is Ricardo Daniel Torres, and I am the owner of the mobile home located at 123 Lone Pine Lane at Parker Lone Pine. Although the paperwork in the town still states the name of Mrs. Marcelina Schur, for which I do not understand the reason, as I already presented the title of the property being under my name only. Therefore, I am the only one responsible for all the regards to it. I would like to briefly explain the situation of the property. When the property was first bought, I asked in Town Hall if the property had any violations, and it was stated that it didn't have any violations. Then I committed the error of building an entry deck without a permit, and when the code enforcement came by, they identified that the property had other violations, which have been done by previous owners, which are the rest of the violations listed.
Okay, ma'am, in Florida, when you buy the property, you buy it with the code violations. It's strict liability, as I've mentioned. Even if he was told there are no violations, that's going to be his problem. Now, I don't mean to cut you off, but this is more of a ministerial function to confirm the fine. When is he going to comply? Because this is going to
Mr. Hippler,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt.
No, please.
We just want to get Mr. Kelsey situated.
Okay. I know, but I want to.
Or is this something that we have to mail?
I'll do the draft and have the assistant, the interim city attorney take a look at it. I just want to get certain words in here. Can you bear with me for a second? Okay.
I apologize.
No, don't
Just give us,
apologize.
a moment, and because he's trying to finalize an order.
Yeah, that's okay. Include. Yeah. Yeah, you want to take a look. The ledger page. Sure. Then that way.
Okay.
Go ahead. All right. Anyway, he's stuck with it. Okay, it's strict liability. So, when is this going to be taken care of? That's the bottom line. When is he going to get the permitting and comply?
Yeah, we understand, but I would like he finished to read it and you understand really what happened. I understand what you say, but I would like if she finished what I wrote, but you understand really what happened. Please.
I contacted and hired Mr. Charles Weiner, who worked with the general engineer Charles Buckalow. Mr. Charles Weiner made the plans corresponding paperwork to be able to obtain the permits. But unfortunately, he became unexpectedly sick and was hospitalized for several weeks, and sadly, he passed away. During the time he was in the hospital, he communicated with me, and he let me know that everything was ready with the blueprints in the printer, ready to be signed by Mr. Charles Buckalow and delivered to the town so we could obtain the permits. He communicated with Mr. Miguel Nunez about this, who at the time was the chief code enforcement of the town of Pembroke, and was aware of my case. Given the unfortunate passing of Mr. Charles Weiner, Mr. Miguel Nunez obtained an extension for me as well as for those that had Mr. Charles Weiner open cases. I was able to communicate with Mr. Charles Weiner's daughter, Megan, and she told me to give her some time so she could locate my records and organize herself as she was emotionally affected. When I did not hear back from her after some time, I reached out again, and unfortunately, her mother had also passed away.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I understand what you're suggesting. If you want to give me that, we'll put it in the file, all right? But it's just it's a hearing to confirm fine. I can't do anything about it. He's going to have to comply, all right? That's the bottom line, all right? Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and confirm the fine at $33,650. It'll continue to accrue until there's compliance. After there's compliance, you can come back for what's called a mitigation or reduction of fine, but he needs to comply first. That's the bottom line. All right? Okay.
I would like to give me the extension because I try to explain, really what happened.
Okay, I'm not going to grant an extension. What you're going to need to do is comply, all right? After you comply, then you can come back for a mitigation or reduction of fine. So I'm not, does the city want to grant an extension?
We spoke, I spoke with Ricardo Torres yesterday, and I explained to him that this has been ongoing since 2021.
Yeah.
And, it's unfortunately he inherit these problems.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, no extension is granted.
Yeah.
And what he can do is mitigate the fines when he corrects the violations.
Right. So I wouldn't be inclined to grant an extension anyway. 2021, all right? you may have inherited it, but that's just the way it goes. Okay, so you're going to need to comply. After you comply with all this, then you can come back for a reduction of the fine. Okay, and the city is very liberal about that, about what they reduce it to. All right, we're going to call the next case. I have no choice. I got to move this thing along. So,
Mr. Hippler, if I may.
Sure.
For this case, who is the owner of
Yep.
of the mobile home?
Ricardo D. Torres is the owner. He's right there.
He's the owner.
Yes.
Okay, so when the case though is against Marcelina, no,
Is he what?
the case though is against Marcelina Soares. That's the former owner, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. When did Mr. Torres purchase the mobile home?
January 6, 2022.
Okay, so he had notice, and you
Right.
as staff have spoken to him about the property.
Mhm.
Okay, so with that is that he had reasonable notice of the violation, and that we would need to modify the violation to his name as the current owner. Under the statutes, you get if the property's sold, then would entitle you to additional time. However, he's been on notice of the violation, and since 2022, and this was even before that, before today's hearing.
Right, like submit this for the record.
I'll be back. Give me 5 minutes. It's regarding the order for case 5927.
Great. Okay.
Everyone, that's documentation submitted by Mr. Torres. So is that your ruling to
Yeah,
that he had notice and modify the case?
Yes, of
Thank you.
course. Yeah, there's notice here. Yes.
Yes. Just
Yeah,
wait.
they're gonna draft up
5
the order.
minutes.
Proofing.
Sí, un momentito. La joven que hace las copias salió.
The location.
Can we call the next case, or do you want me
Yes,
to?
please go ahead.
Okay.
I'm
The next
sorry.
case is
I'm sorry. They're going to be provided with a copy of a document?
Yes, so they
Yes,
can
this
wait
one.
for 5 minutes.
Okay.
right, and when Ms. Cardona, right? Nasli,
Yes, Nazi Cordon is
Yeah,
second.
Cardona, yeah.
Yes.
she'll be back. The next case is 5996, 9.2 on the docket, Carolina Estate Guzman Martiello, 3140 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, lot 718. It's another hearing to confirm fine. We have Cardina Guzman signed in.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I
The
don't
city-
speak English.
Yeah, Kelsey left.
All right, we have to put on recall.
Yeah,
for-
it should be here. Yeah, it should. I signed it. Is this the one here or not? Let me. No. Is it 5996? Yeah, got it. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah. Thanks for your edit. That.
Werner Chavez, record specialist for Town of Pembroke Park, will be translating for tu nombre?
Carolina Guzmán.
Carolina Guzman. She's going to state her name now. Diga su nombre, por favor.
Carolina.
Ah, bueno.
Carolina Guzmán. Ahí, ¿sí?
So shall I go first?
Dale un momentito.
Hold up, look at the time. Look. 3265.
This case, he wants to go forward with this guy, case 5996, Carolina Estate, this one.
Ahí dice que yo cometí las 4 cosas porque solo cambié el calentador.
Tendría que verlo porque no.
Mira, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pero yo no hice eso, yo solo cambié el calentador. Agua y lo dejé afuera porque vivo sola con mis hijos. Y no, estaba muy pesado.
Bueno, eso lo podemos mencionar a ellos, no sé decirte yo porque yo no.
Ya.
¿Me entiendes? Tendría que hacer la pregunta acá para que conteste.
Porque yo no he cambiado, es que es screen ventana, que puede ser screen, yo no he cambiado nada más.
Sí, fue agregado.
Ni puertas he cambiado.
Ok, entonces eso hay que preguntarlo. Tú lo vas a
This is a confirmation of fine.
en español y yo lo traduzco para que conteste.
Oh, the violation.
Sí, eso es lo que tiene esa información en la respuesta.
Vehicle identification number? Vehicle identification number?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's the affidavit.
Registration number, that's not the one that they did.
El primero dice que un calentador de agua fue cambiado sin tener un permiso. 2 dice el clean room fue agregado sin un permiso.
Or the heater permit?
También.
So, Warner, the only thing she needs to.
Okay. Lo único que necesita es tener el permiso de water heater, calentador de agua.
Ah, ya, es lo único.
Sí.
Okay.
Además, no.
Sí, exacto.
Eso es okay. Gracias.
Thank you.
Una pregunta, ¿ese permiso se puede hacer hoy día mismo?
Sí, sí, tú vas al frente, entras por el frente y a mano izquierda está el departamento de construcción, building department.
Ya, y ahí pido un permiso.
Sí.
¿Y de ahí eso se demora o eso?
Eso, bueno, yo estoy más como traductor y
For
tengo el
now,
equipo.
for now, just cross
Pero eso ahí ellos te
write it,
atienden
and then
inmediatamente.
when we mail it,
ellos
¿Y eso
tendrán
tengo que pagar algo?
Por los permisos siempre hay que pagar algo.
Pero
no sé
ahorita
cuánto
no
puede
me van.
ser.
Yo no sabía que tenía que pedir.
¿Qué
¿Qué dice?
These are the prior cases. You can do the, come in the file. You can, yeah, that's the Kelsey and that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's, hopefully you can understand that.
Just my initial.
Yep, all set, go ahead.
Ready?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
The next case on the agenda is section 9.2, case number 5996, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 5996. Property owner Carolina Estate Guzman Martello, site address 3140 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, lot 523, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on December 13, 2023, and posted to the property on December 13, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5, 2024. At this current time, as of 12/23, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. The property is still not in compliance, so there's a town motion to confirm the fine amount of $32,000.
Okay.
Warner, are you translating?
Yes.
Can you ask her if she understood everything Officer Gustin said?
¿Te entendió algo lo que él dijo?
No, quería preguntar eso, está usando.
Can you translate?
She does not understand what
Can
was
you
stated.
translate what Officer Gustin just said to her, please?
Can you we have to repeat.
Repeat. Okay, basically, it's the town motion to confirm the fine. So, like we mentioned,
Una moción para confirmar la multa. Hay una multa.
okay, and then she would have to request an abatement of the fine to bring it in compliance.
What he's asking you is to repeat what you said.
Repeat. Oh, okay. So, basically, the violation exists. Notice was provided, and posted on her property December 13, 2023.
Una violación existe y te fue notificado a través de algo que pusieron en tu puerta.
Recién recibí esto. Fue la primera vez que recibí esto. No he recibido más.
Okay, she said that she just received this notification here about notice of hearing. Prior to this, she didn't receive any other type of notification.
Did she state her name for the record?
Su nombre, diga su nombre.
Carolina Estefanía Guzmán Martillo.
Is that the owner that you have currently?
That's what I have. I have Carolina Estate
Okay.
Guzman.
And she's been the owner since the beginning?
Yes, that's what I see.
When was this cited?
Back in 2021.
Shouldn't this be here?
All right, so since 2021.
2021.
She's been the owner since 2021?
Dueña del 2021.
Desde el 2021. No, yo lo compré en diciembre del 2021.
I know.
She purchased the property on December of 2022.
What this
Okay. So she understands that she inherited this problem.
Usted entiende que usted tomó el problema que venía con la propiedad cuando la compró.
No, porque yo me fui a la oficina y en la oficina yo llené una información y a mí no me dijo absolutamente nada.
She said that no, because she went to the office, she spoke with the administration, and she wasn't told anything about issues pertaining to the property.
Cuando yo llené la aplicación, a mí no me dijeron nada.
When she filled out the form, she wasn't told anything about any issues.
Okay, so Officer Gustin, can you give her a business card? She needs to get with him so she can correct the violation. Unfortunately, since she is the property owner, the current property owner, she has to fix the violation on the property.
Okay. Tienes que ponerte en contacto con él para que se pongan de acuerdo porque tienes que corregir la violación. The violation or violations?
The violation for the
Violation number
permit.
one.
Yes, the one that I told you.
La violación número uno que vimos que de la
For
que
the water
hablamos
heater.
hace un momento. Ujú.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then once she gets that finalized, then she can do the request abatement fine afterwards.
Okay, entonces ya después que ya haya arreglado eso.
Is Greek or Hebrew?
She's asking if that violation about the water heater is from the year 2021.
Yes,
Sí.
she inherited the problem.
Eso es que usted lo heredó ese problema de la persona del dueño anterior.
Que pagar alguna multa, yo no tengo plata.
Just asking if she have to pay a fine.
If she doesn't correct the problem, the fine accrues every single day. For how much per day?
Does she have a fine currently?
Yes, she does.
Dice que tiene una multa ahora mismo, sí.
Pero y se puede hacer algo porque es que no era mi tiempo.
Abatement is to reduce the fine.
Once she corrects the
Tiene que
okay.
correr.
So the fine is accruing how much a day?
$100.
$100 per day
Tiene una multa de $100
until
por
the
día.
violation is
Hasta que
corrected.
se arregle la violación.
So let's say she corrects it tomorrow,
Si lo
the
arregla
violation
mañana,
stops.
la
The fine stops.
la multa se detiene.
Yo lo arreglo y eso se puede arreglar hoy día mismo también.
Can she have that corrected today?
She would need to get the water heater. She needs
She
to.
has to submit
She needs to
permit.
get with Officer Gustin and the building department
Tiene
so
que
they can
hablar con él
explain.
y con el
'Cause
departamento.
It's a
building,
process, but
porque es un proceso.
normally that process can be done within 2 to 3 weeks,
De 2 a 3 semanas se puede
depending
hacer
on how
el proceso.
diligently she submits paperwork.
Depende de tan pronto hagas el paperwork. So she can go to the building department right away, right after the meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
Puedes ir al building department y bueno, tienes que hablar con él también primero.
¿Y en qué horario puedo hablar con él? Disculpe.
When can she meet with you?
I'll be available probably in the next half an hour.
The next half hour?
Yeah.
No,
Hour?
at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Okay.
Sí, después de las 3.
Y tengo que pedir ese permiso que se pide ahí.
And the permit, she obtains it in the building department?
That is correct.
Sí.
And then for the record, her fine was $50 per diem per day.
Para que sepas, tu multa era de 500 por día.
Yes.
For
$50.
50 por día. Mhm. And what's the current amount of the fine, the total amount?
The total amount?
El total de la multa que tiene ahora.
Accrued was $32,000
Yes.
up to this day.
$32,000
Wow.
hasta
But
el día de hoy.
she can't,
Pero
She can't abate that fine until the violation is corrected.
Cuando tú ya arregles la violación, entonces se puede hacer como una otra sesión para pedir una reducción.
Ah, o sea, yo voy a tener que pagar una multa que yo no cometí.
So am I going to have to pay a fine that I didn't commit?
That fine is attached to the property.
La multa viene ligada como, con la propiedad que usted compró.
Wow. ¿Y qué me aconsejan? ¿Me aconsejan llamar al propietario pasado? ¿O qué?
What would you advise I do, to contact the previous owner?
Right now, we're here to confirm a fine. If she has more questions, she can get with Officer Gustin. We'll be happy to answer those.
Ahora mismo estamos acá para confirmar la multa. Si usted tiene preguntas, es entonces para eso salió la tarjeta para que consulte con él después de las 3 de la tarde.
Okay.
Una hora, ¿verdad?
Después de las 3.
At 3 o'clock. Yeah.
We're going to have to move this thing along. Sorry, man, but you need to comply. That's the bottom line. Okay? Thank you. All right. We'll give you an order. I'm going to approve and confirm the fine, $32,050.
Tendrías que chequear con él. Habla con él primero para que chequee toda esa información. Si hay alguna multa, pero como te digo, eso se ha acumulado, pero cuando después arregles todas esas cosas, se puede buscar una reducción. Y eso...
Thank you. Good luck. Good luck. Sure. You will give you an order.
I'll call the next case.
Yes, please, these two.
Sure, it's section 9.3, 6047, Paul Foray, 3140 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, Florida, lot 532. Hearing to confirm fine.
Sorry, what's the case number once again?
6047.
No, for her case? Oh,
No, we're moving
Oh,
on
okay.
to the next one.
the next case on the agenda is section 9.3, case number 6047, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 6047, property owner Paul Foray, site address 3140 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, lot 523, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on December 12, 2023, and posted to the property on December 13, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5, 2024. At this current time, as of December 12, 2023, there was an affidavit of noncompliance. The property is still in noncompliance, so it's a town motion to confirm the fine amount of $22,700.
Okay, what is your name, please, sir?
It's Paul Farray.
Okay, you're the owner of the property?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what would you like to say quickly?
Quickly, yes. Yeah. I came into the property. I have evidence that I purchased the property, and I'm learning today that you inherit any violations. Apparently, case 6047 was preceded by case number 1056, which was a violation for AC permit. Okay, I tried to come into compliance. For some reason, 6047 was generated maybe days after I bought the property. I bought the property in September of 2021. And apparently 6047 was generated after 1056. And not only was it included the AC permit, but also a permit for other items as well.
Okay.
I guess
What I'm going to say is that if you buy the property, you own it, the good and the bad. Okay?
Yeah, but my question, sir, is that 1056 was generated in 2017, and maybe if I could submit for evidence that my name is on the 1056, which I didn't own the property at that time. Okay, and for some reason at 647, it regenerated the AC permit, but also added other items. So how is it that possible that there was no enforcement in 2017 with my name on it, and now 647, it regenerated the same AC permit, but also added other items? Is there something I did wrong by coming into the, how did this, the person who owned it in 2017 get away from any kind of violation, permits, whatever it is? And somehow when I got to the property, it not only generated the AC permit, but also other items.
Well, that's something that you're going to have to deal with the prior owner that sold you the property. You're the one that's strictly liable. Look, nobody here made the law. Chapter 162 provides that. It's the owner, whether you caused the violation or assumed the violation, you're strictly liable.
Okay, I understand that I assumed the violation, but how did he escape?
I don't know, okay? I'm not privy to that, okay? I don't know, but
Well, I asked that question, and I did ask the question, and the officer said that how maybe he had an arrangement with the code enforcement officer so that once he sells the property, then enforcement could start.
okay, I don't know, okay? But what I'm going to do is, based on the evidence, and again, these hearings to confirm fines are really perfunctory. They're ministerial. There's a violation. Once you comply, this will go, you can come back for a mitigation, a reduction down the road, but you have to comply. I don't know about the prior owner. So what I'm going to have.
I'm not asking about the prior owner. I'm asking about the prior enforcement. Why is it? How did he get away from enforcement?
I
and
don't
then I
know.
did.
Okay,
You know,
I
I'm
don't
here.
know.
How come he didn't come
Okay,
before the court?
I'm going to go ahead and confirm.
Did you want to submit something
Sure.
as evidence?
Yes, I think it should already be there. 1056 is here, and this is
I
what
believe that's a copy of the NOVs. Yeah, it is. So we already have that. Yeah, here's this rental agreement. The NOV and
So are you
rental agreement.
currently renting the property or you own it?
I own the property. Okay, but that application.
Is that when you were renting it but
No.
in the past?
No, that's the submission to the association so I can obtain ownership.
Okay. So it says this back in 2020. The violation you receive is from 2021, but you're saying for the case 1056
And even
is
in
back in
640,
2017.
right, okay. And in 2017, my name is on that
Were you
violation.
renting that lot back in 2017?
No, I was not. No, I was not.
Okay.
And it showed, my evidence shows that how that's when I applied for ownership to the management, Lakeshore Management.
But you're saying that for case 6047,
It refers
you
to.
were already the owner.
Correct.
Yes,
So-
at that time. But I was wondering, how is it that how the previous owner was able to, escape any kind of enforcement prior to, until, seems like when I assumed ownership, now we're gonna enforce, we're gonna.
It happens all the time. People sell their property without giving the new owner knowledge about the violation.
Yeah, that part I understand. I understand that how you assume violation. I'm saying, how did the previous owner escape enforcement? How come he was never here to answer those violations from 2017? The initial violation was issued in 2017. He was able to escape it until 2020. How is that possible? And like I said, I asked the officer, not you, and she said that how there was actually two others. There was Teresa and there was Eric.
Right.
They both have left. And she said, well, maybe there was an arrangement with the previous officer.
Mr. Hibbler, if I may.
Yeah.
The gentleman has asked this question of staff. Staff has been able to give the best answer possible within their personal knowledge. It is clear that at least the issue relies with former employees. Whether someone speculated there was a relationship or not, we would never know. No one here. It's from a former employee. These code officers went out, and if they noticed more than what was back then on one in that case, then this is where we're at as far as the current violations on the property. So with that, I would say that the question has been asked and answered.
Many times. Okay, I know you're unhappy. You're going to have to comply. That's the bottom line. I mean,
Okay, so
I try not to cut people off, but, and I try to be patient and let them go on, but enough, really. Okay, you're just going to have to comply. What happened beforehand, I don't know. Nobody knows. There's no evidence other than what may be speculative as to what he said, she said, what somebody may have said or didn't say. All right, so I'm going to need to go ahead and confirm the fine at this time at $22,750.
Yes.
You can come back for a mitigation in
So
the
let's
future,
say
once there's a once there's compliance, okay?
Let's say I paid that 22,000. Does it go away? Do we satisfy everything?
You want to pay the $22,750?
No, I'm asking. No, my question is, if I paid that,
To comply first. Once you comply, you can come back for a reduction. Usually the city reduces it 80%, 85%, sometimes more or less, okay? So, I don't think I would recommend you paying the $22,750 unless you want to, but it's still going to continue to accrue until there's compliance. So just get compliance, okay? Please, all right? Thank you, I'm going to move on.
Mr. Frey, just reach out to Officer Gustin, and he'll explain everything you need to correct. We'll walk you through the process, okay?
Next case is 8678 on 10.1. Irene Del Carmen Martinez, 3140 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, lot 611, hearing to extend time.
Next case on agenda, section 10.1, case number 8678, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 8678, property owner Irene Del Carmen Martinez, site address 3140 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, lot number 611, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to extend time was sent by certified mail on December 15, 2023, and posted on the property December 15, 2023, and town hall on January 5, 2024. My recommendation is to give 90 days extension to meet compliance.
Okay. Ma'am, the city wants to give you 90 days to comply. Is that acceptable?
I don't know if she's speaking.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Yeah, you did say 90 days.
Yes, that is correct.
I'm going to grant the continuance for 90 days. And what is your name, ma'am?
Irene Martinez.
Okay, you're the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and 90 days. It's been extended. All right, take care of it. Good luck, okay? And what was the per diem on that? I'm sorry, I apologize.
Is it 50? Give me a second, Mr.
That's okay. That's all right. Today, we all need octopus hands to do a lot of things, so. Or legs, whatever.
I don't see it.
Huh?
I don't see it. Maybe it was a typo.
It was $100 per diem.
Okay, $100 for the 90-day extension.
I don't see it on the docket. I guess it's your case.
There you go.
All right, the next case is we have a sign in for 8980, Mariah Cruz and Nancy Moreno, but I don't see it on the docket.
I may have put the wrong case number, possibly.
What case are you here for?
Okay, I think I have an idea of your case.
What's the owner's name?
It should be Infinity Azure.
Infinity Azure.
Oh, that's 8960.
960, give me a second.
It was 8960. I put 8980.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry.
No problem. 8960 Infinity Azure LLC at 3276 Southwest 52nd Avenue, Pembroke Park. This is a first-time hearing.
Good morning.
For nuisances on the property. For nuisance on the property. 7.8.
Yes, all right.
Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 8960, property owner Infinity Azure LLC, site address 3276 Southwest 52nd Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was hand-delivered on September 25th, 2023, and sent by regular mail on October 2nd, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on November 30th, 2023, and posted to the property on December 4th, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violations for item 1, mold-like substance located directly on the AC vent, and item 2, maintenance of exterior and interior of AC equipment. At this current time, as of November 30th, 2023, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 90 days to comply or daily fine amount of $50 per day after, with a $100 admin fee.
Oh, Mariah Cruz, for the record, property manager. Jean,
$50.
I'm not sure if you remember when we spoke in regards to the case.
$250.
Let you finish.
My apology, the per diem, $250.
So, yeah, I recently have been in contact with Code Compliance Officer Jean Gustin in regards to the resident who is living there. Item 2 has been completely taken care of as far as cleaning the AC, been gone as far as cleaning the AC ducts. We are now having issues with the resident where she is being extremely difficult with allowing us back into the residence to complete the job, to come within compliance, which I have been in contact with the Code Compliance Officer, and I did provide him with the information, so he is aware of that. Again, I do appreciate the extension of time. I will continue to try to get access into that unit and work with her, but she's just being extremely difficult to allow us.
What I'm inclined to do based on the evidence is enter a final order and give you X amount of days to comply. What's the recommended time that you said?
Well, should we?
This, you said this was an extension of time, but this is.
No, this is a formal
Finding.
hearing.
Yeah,
Yes.
finding of fact.
Facts, correct.
I mean, how much time are you requesting?
We can honestly have it done within the 60 days. It's literally just the actual resident who is giving us a lot of pushback with actually allowing us to get in there to complete the work. You know, at first she was very cooperative. She was working with us. She was allowing us in. That's why we were able to complete some of the items there where we cleaned out the AC ducts. We did the removal of all the cleaning of the outside area. But now to actually do the remediation, she's giving us a lot of kickback.
Okay, so 60 days is enough time?
For sure.
Okay, and how much per day? Is it $100 or $250?
$250.
$250, okay.
Okay.
Okay, within 60 days, okay. I'm going to find there's substantial competent evidence supports city's position. You have 60 days in which to comply or $250 per day thereafter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, good luck. You'll get your order here.
Thank you. The next case I have is 8824 Junhala LLC, 3149 John P. Cirque Drive, Pembroke Park.
Actually, we have a case here, Nancy Romero, but there's no case number. Pembroke Park Warehouse. So that's actually the next case.
Oh, I thought those two were together. That's why I announced that
So it's
name.
7.7.
Well, Pembroke Park Warehouses has
88, it's 80.
I believe it's
8907.
a BTR for a tenant.
right,
Marvin Luambo.
but also 8907.
What's the case number? I'm sorry.
8907.
8907.
8907. If you look at 7.5 as well.
And 8877, okay, so it's two cases?
All right, we'll call 8907 Pembroke Park Warehouses Holding 3120 Pembroke Park.
7.7.
That's 7.7.
Correct.
141 Nancy Romero.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you also here for case 8877 for Pembroke Park Warehouses Holding, units 539 and 540?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll hear 7.7 first, then 7.75. Sorry, 7.5.
The next case on the agenda is section 7.7, case number 8907, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 8907, property owner Pembroke Park Warehouse Holding, site address 3120 Pembroke Park Road, Pembroke Park, Florida 33009, bay number 141, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on September 19, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on November 30th, 2023, and posted to the property on December 4th, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violations for item 1, operating without a business tax receipt or certificate of use. At this current time, as of November 30th, 2023, there is an affidavit of noncompliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or daily fine amount of $250 per diem with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, your name, ma'am?
Yes. Nancy Romero. I'm the general manager for Pembroke Business Park.
Okay, great. What would you like to say?
Unit 141, Manuel Gonzalez, that tenant has moved out.
Okay, so have you called Officer Gustin to do a reinspection of the vacant?
No, I will.
Didn't we do that already?
7.5.
You might have, that's okay.
All right, Mr. Hippler.
Okay, what do you,
She has to get with Officer Gustin. She says that the tenant has vacated the unit. So if the unit is empty, then that would be a correction of operating without a business tax receipt. So I mean, 30 days is sufficient to get that situated.
okay, so 30 days or $100 a day thereafter? Or
$250.
$250? Okay, did I, yeah,
Can you, yeah, both?
okay, there is a miss.
This one? Yeah.
Okay, so is this 89, that's okay, so it's 30 days, I'll just write 30
All
days.
right, all right.
Okay. 30 days, 250, that's all right.
No.
Okay, I've listened to the evidence, there's substantial competent evidence to support the city's position. 30 days to comply or 250 per day thereafter. This is for 8907, all right. No, this is good enough. There you go. And then this one should be 60 days?
Yes.
Okay. 60 days. Yeah, oh, yeah. 60. It was just a correction of the wrong order, so I changed it. No big deal. Okay. Yeah, so call the next case, which is you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Next case on the agenda is section 7.5, case number 8877, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park. Code case number 8877, property owner Pembroke Park Warehouse Holding, site address 3140 Pembroke Park Road, Unit 539 and 540, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on September 7, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on December 4, 2023, and posted to the property on December 6, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5, 2024. The violation is for item 1. The tenant is operating and occupying both unit bays 539 and 540 without a business tax receipt and certificate of use. At this current time, as of this November 30th, 2023, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or per diem fine of $250 per day and with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I'm currently working with a tenant. His name is Marvin Ubando, to get his business tax receipt.
Okay, and, all right, do you agree? What was your recommendation, or did you give it?
They need to apply for his BTR. Once he applies and passes, then I guess the
I
violation
know,
is
but
gone.
we still need to have a final order granting you a certain
Yeah,
amount.
30 days?
30 days, fine.
Okay.
30 days or 250 per day?
Yes.
Great. Okay, I'll listen to the evidence. There's substantial competent evidence supports the city's position. You'll have 30 days in which to comply or 250 per day thereafter. Okay, thank you.
Next case is 8824, Sandra Cardona.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Next case on agenda is section 7.4, case number 8824, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 8824, property owner JUNHALLA LLC, site address 3140 John P. CURCI Drive, Bay number 4, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was hand-delivered and sent by regular mail on August 24, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on November 28, 2023, and posted to the property on December 4, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5, 2024. The violation for item 1, operating without a business tax receipt. Item 2, electrical panel with equipment and machinery without a permit. At this current time, as of November 28, 2023, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or a per diem fine of $250 with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, and your name, please?
My name is Sandra Cardona.
Yeah, a little louder. Can you,
You
take
can
the
put the
microphone?
mic, yeah.
There you go.
My name is Sandra Cardona.
And how are you related to the owner?
I am in the Linden,
The tenant?
the tenant.
Okay. All right. What would you like to say?
I agree with the 30 days. I almost done with everything the property.
Okay.
So,
All right. Great. Okay. I'll listen to the evidence. There's substantial competent evidence supports the city's position. You'll have 30 days in which to comply, or $250 per day thereafter.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Next case is 4962.
Yeah, it's 8824. That's okay.
Saswak Mario.
I want to say last but not least.
There you go. There's still one more.
What happened there?
She's with us.
Oh, she's with you? Oh, okay.
Is that on the agenda?
I don't see it on agenda.
4962. Awesome.
4962. Okay, that's 30 days.
Interesting morning. Say the least.
Well, it's an experience.
It really was. It really was. It's being here is an honor.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mr. Hippler, I don't see this case on the agenda.
Yeah, your case is on until next month, February 21.
Próximo mes.
No, me lo
Sí.
pasaron para hoy, 17.
Who said that?
La chica de adelante me pasó para el 17, porque estábamos por vender el apartamento, vinimos aquí, me lo pasó para el 17.
It's not on the agenda for today.
Yeah, I see next month.
Okay, does he want to have it heard today? Is that permissible?
It's an abatement, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let
then
me-
You'll have to come back then.
let
I
me
guess.
see if I can pull up the
Yeah, it's right here.
information. I mean, town attorney, what do you recommend if the docket is not in the agenda?
I was so happy being last, but now.
Well, as far
she's
as
in first.
if the respondent's here and the city and all parties agree, then it can move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Give me a moment and
Sure,
let me
that's
get the
okay.
information, okay?
Yeah, why don't can you go ahead and sit down, hopefully for not another 3 hours.
No.
Pull it.
I appreciate it.
Okay, 2.5. And we'll get you in and out of here, hopefully. Okay, all
So,
right.
yeah,
Sit down.
let's
All
call
right.
on the next case and I'll get this prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's prepared, so I just need to look at my files and I'll be back.
Do this, take the next case. I think there's only one more person.
Well, no, the respondent said that actually she's with them.
Oh.
Together.
The lady back there is with you as well.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
So-
go ahead. Do it. Go ahead.
So
Okay, just
Or
give
you
me
want-
5 minutes.
You want to take a break? Every one of us gets a break except for you. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding. Okay.
just
okay.
5 minutes.
It's okay. Whatever.
Do you need help?
Well, we can do
Do you want to do others?
because we can do
Good.
others if you'd like. We can do Mr. Gustafson's cases.
Super.
So with that, we have the one case on recall that is on the February agenda, and I'm stating so for the docket. We're going to see if we can go in and hear that today at the respondent's request. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And then we'll confirm that on the record as well. You say yes from the audience. We have to get your name and information, but we'll take care of that. So we're going to go with the no-show portion of the docket. We'll start with 5.1, which was added, 5552. There's no, if you can add the information, Mr. Gustafson, and we can, that's here for extension request.
Yes, hold on. Okay, next case on the agenda, section 10.3, case number 5552, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park. Number 5552, property owner Maria G. Ortega, site address 3140 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, lot 203, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to extend time has been added to agenda upon request by the property manager, Marlene Hernandez. My recommendation is to give 60 days extension to meet the compliance date.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to wait until she comes back for the order to be signed since she needs to.
Or are you granting the order? Because then we can just,
Yeah.
that 60 days for granting.
Granted, of course.
Okay. Also, Mr. Gustin, you keep saying 10. For us, it's 5.1. So as we keep moving down, now
When you say 5.1, because I have on the agenda is 10.3.
well, all our agendas, that's under 5. I'm just saying it's not a big deal, but
That's weird.
yeah, you've been doing it all. You've been doing it all hearing.
No.
But no, look in the 10s.
Yeah, because I already read that motion.
It's 8778 was already heard. That's 10.1. 5552. Oh, you added it. Well, it was added
Yeah.
2 places. So that's also 10.3.
Correct.
Okay. So that was also item 10.3 was on the docket twice.
Yeah, the 5.1 is the modification.
Okay. So then we have the next case on the docket, 7.2. Case 8775, Thomas Floriento, 79 Westlake Drive, Pembroke Park, Florida. It's a formal hearing for exterior maintenance of structures and permit required. Mr. Gustin.
Okay. Code Officer Gene Gustin for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 8877, property owner Pembroke Park Warehouse Holding, site address 3140 Pembroke Park Road, unit, no, didn't we read that case already? 8877. She was here. Yeah, we did.
Did I not have that marked off? Hold up.
Is this 8775?
Yes.
8775.
No, I don't have it.
Oh, 75. My apology.
We don't have. we didn't-
8775, Thomas Floriento.
Okay, yes. Code Officer Gene Gustin for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 8775, property owner Thomas Florenta, site address 79 West Lake Drive, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on July 25th, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on November 28, 2023, and posted the property on December 4th, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violations for item 1, outdoor storage at premises. Item 2, damaged vinyl sidings. Item 3, installation of electrical cameras without a permit. At this current time, as of November 28, 2023, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 45 days to comply, or a daily fine amount of $50 per day after, with a $100 admin fee. And also, for the record, the tenant buyer is Thomas Florento, and the owner is Corrine Carcamo.
Okay, it's been noticed here by affidavit or by certified mail.
Yes, it was posted on property and certified.
So, okay, great. And it's $50 per day, and what was the?
The admin fee, $100.
Okay, I know, but how many days?
45 days. 45 or 60 days, either or.
45 or 60 days?
Yes.
We'll be consistent. We'll go 60 days if
Okay.
Mr. Hibbler, can you please just hold on one second? I'm trying
Sure.
to bring up the case.
No, that's okay.
Or I can just ask the question.
Sure.
Mr. Gustin, you said that the case is Thomas Floriento. Is that the name of the respondent, or is the owner the name of the respondent?
Yes, basically he is the tenant buyer of trying to obtain he's occupying the unit, and so he's a tenant buyer. But the name, the title still belongs to the previous owner.
Was the notice sent out in the name of the tenant or the name of the owner?
Of the owner, Corrine Carcamo.
And the case is against, because it's on the docket saying Thomas Floriento. But is the
Yes.
case style against the owner?
Yes, if you go.
I'm trying to bring it up. It's not working. So
It's not.
and what I'm trying to say is if
Yes, can you manage that screen? Whose screen is that?
I don't.
If you go further up, yeah. It was sent to the owner.
It was sent to the owner, but the case itself, what's the case style?
Yeah, the case style is addressed to Corrine Carcamo, the owner.
Okay, so it is on the docket in the tenant's name alone. What I'm trying to make sure is that because it's on the docket in the name of the tenant, it really should be the name of the owner. It should be the name of the owner on the docket. So I want to make sure that the case style for what was sent out was the name of the owner.
Yes, because the tenant buyer, he is in possession of the property. So I did make contact with him to retrieve the title. He says he doesn't have the title. He's occupying the unit, so, but that's,
All right, Mr. Hippler, if you're satisfied.
I'm satisfied. This is a, is this not a mobile home, is it?
yeah, it is a mobile home.
It is a mobile home.
Right.
All right, and it's in the name of
Yeah.
Carcamo,
Yes.
and he was served.
Yes, the property was posted, if you go further down.
Okay.
Right. And the proposed order is in the name of Corinne Caramo, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, then I'm satisfied. We just want to make sure, and it's rightfully.
Yes, because Mr. Thomas' name is not on the title.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Substantial competent evidence support the city's position. 60 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And when she gets back, I'm highlighting in yellow here which ones, so that way we can do the orders, hopefully.
Next case is 7.68883 Park 31st Court, 1983 South Park Road 4, Pembroke Park, Florida. Formal hearing. Excuse me, business tax receipt required.
Code Officer Gene Gustin for the Town of Pembroke Park, case number 883, property owner Park 31st Corp., site address 1983 South Park Road, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on September 14, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail on December 4th, 2023, and posted on the property on December 6th, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violation is for item 1, operating without a business tax receipt. At this current time, as of November 30th, 2023, there's an affidavit of noncompliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days to comply or a daily fine amount of $250 per day after with a $100 admin fee.
Okay, notice here by certified mail.
Yes.
And posting as well.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to find, based on the evidence, that there's substantial competent evidence support the city's position. 30 days which should comply or $250 per day thereafter. Great, thank you.
Next case, 7.98966 Zigo Inc. Ms. Mirza, you ready? Or keep going?
We're ready.
All right, we can recall the case. What's on the February docket, 4962 for Swazak Mario.
Good.
The city is prepared.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank
Okay,
you so much.
you're Almiso, well, who's Almiso USA LLC? You're both?
Yeah, I'm going to represent the case.
Yeah, okay, great, they're here, all right.
Chief Co-Compliance Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 4962. Property owner Almiso USA LLC, site address 5100 Southwest 41st Street, Pembroke Park, Florida, Unit 109. It is the town's motion to abate the fine of $41,907 to $6,334.50. That includes the fees for the recording of the lien and the release of lien.
Okay, what were the violations for, just?
The violations, it was for a water leak through light fixture in bedroom closet, several damages to ceiling, bedroom to the right, kitchen and bathroom, alter electrical panel, and install water heater without permit. So all those issues have been corrected.
Great, okay, what would you like to say?
We were wondering if...
Sir, if you could first put your name on the record.
My name is Axel Schwark. I am
My son.
Son translating.
Translation with me.
Okay. And then it is
thank you,
your
Child Support
desire.
Day.
It is your desire to move forward with this hearing today. Any
It
request?
is, yes.
Thank you. And you're translating for your father. If he could state his name, put on the record.
My name is Mario Schwark.
Sure.
Schwark.
And to the extent you need to translate, what language would you be translating? to?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Spanish and English.
Okay.
To
All right.
English.
And then you both been sworn in.
Yes. We could do it again if you'd like.
Okay. And then, sir, if you can raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm to the best of your ability you're going to translate from English to Spanish to Spanish to English?
Yes.
Thank you.
Bueno, Venimos a ver si nos pueden bajar algo la multa. Básicamente, cuando nos vino la demanda era de todo el building y nos encontramos que teníamos problemas nosotros y lo solucionamos.
Okay, what is, you want to translate that?
So we were wondering if we can lower the remaining amount a bit more. When we received the notice, it was for the entire building, and when we found out that it was against us, we got it all taken care of as best as our ability.
What number are you requesting?
From the 6,377.50, that it be lowered.
I know, but lowered to what number?
¿Hasta qué número quiere bajarlo?
El que manda es usted.
You're the boss.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. I happen
Or
to
your wife.
listen to these. Okay, you've lowered it already 15% or
We've reduced it 85%.
85%. Okay, and did it take them? Well, it took them some time to comply. Is this office property or rental property or what?
A rental property.
Rental property. Okay, what I'm going to do is just to move this thing along is I'm going to go with $5,500.
$5,500.
You're the boss.
Okay, well.
Okay.
All right, 55. How long do you need to pay?
No.
¿Cuánto tiempo? We could pay it today.
Okay, within 30 days.
30
Okay.
días.
No, pay now.
I'm gonna $5,500 to payable within 30 days.
Or the original fine is
Yes, exactly.
That's why. Something happens between now and then, you have 30 days, you can't say, because it goes back to the original amount if you don't pay.
Got it.
Which you
Y si
don't
no pagas
want.
en 30 días, te vuelve otra vez al...
No, ya pagó hoy.
Ok, sí.
Check needs to clear.
El cheque tiene que pasar. Tiene que pasar el cheque.
Ah, ¿tienen que cobrarlo? No. No.
Right.
He's like, oh,
No, si lo van a cobrar, no le
you
doy.
have to deposit it? No. He said.
Okay, I'm lowering it based on the evidence to $5,500 to give them a further break, payable within 30 days, or it reverts back to $41,907 and get it paid. That's all. Okay.
Just for clarification, Mr. Hippler, is that inclusive of the fees?
That's inclusive of everything. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause it
so
was-
I just want to be clear.
No, that's good. It was 6337 inclusive of everything. So I went with $5,500.
Right. They already paid the admin fee.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Very
the
good.
recording
Thank
fees,
you.
the release fees, all that other stuff, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, not a problem.
Get it taken care of.
All right,
Thank you very, very much.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yes.
¿A quién le pago?
Oh, who do we pay?
You will have to wait after the hearing is completed. We can take a check, but unfortunately, our payment system is down. So we can only process this probably till tomorrow, unfortunately.
No problem. So we could leave the check?
After the
it-
hearing, you can speak to Nasli and we'll get you situated,
Yes.
okay?
Excellent. Thank you so much. Muchas
All
gracias.
right. Don't forget to
Good
give
luck.
us a 5-star review for accommodating you.
Right.
The next case is 7.98966 Zigo Inc., 1904 Southwest 31st Ave, Pembroke Park. Formal hearing for repairs and installations done without permits.
Next case on the agenda is section 7.9, case number 8966, Code Officer Gene Gustin for the town of Pembroke Park, case number 8966, property owner Zedco Inc., site address 1904 Southwest 31st Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of violation was sent by regular mail on September 21st, 2023. A notice of formal hearing with the copy of notice of violation was sent by certified mail December 4th, 2023, and posted to the property on December 6th, 2023, in Town Hall on January 5th, 2024. The violations for item 1, installation of egress door and an exit sign without a permit. At this current time, as of November 30th, 2023, there was an affidavit of non-compliance. My recommendation is to give 30 days for compliance with a per diem fine of $250 per day after with a $100 admin fee.
That's this one.
Yeah, that's just it.
Just say the date.
Yes.
You're contradicting yourself.
Town of Pembroke Park.
So that was 250.
Correct. $250 per diem and 30 days.
I think we're on 7.8909.
Case 8909.
Thank you.
Right, that's what I thought. 7.10. No, it's not 8909. It's 7.9.
Yeah, that would be case number 8966.
89. That's okay. That's all right.
8966.
Anyway, you did a splendid job in doing it that quickly for the abatement. So, really,
We need a 5-star review.
really to get, and I gave them a break just to, sitting here. Hopefully, they weren't tortured too much. So, whatever.
It was a very interesting day. I have a question I want to ask. How does someone pursue a career here? Like sit where you guys are sitting?
You mean to be paid the big bucks? This is not the big bucks, but
No, this is lovely.
yeah, it's okay. Public, try to get on a commission for the city you live and work from there, and you can get on a committee, not really a commission. That means you might be wind up being a politician that has its own questions and demands. So and yeah.
Well, the town is hiring for police officers, so if you want to sign up for that. I think that there's multiple positions, so maybe check which one you like.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Also, volunteering at the community events. You get to know the people, you get to ask questions. Our events are on our website, so. Yeah, the town's website, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
More release.
Are you guys waiting for something?
Well, Mr. Gustin presented case 8966.
No, for his case? He's waiting for something?
The order.
The order, or are you waiting for
¿Están esperando para algo?
the abatement?
Sí, después del hearing.
Entonces nos vamos.
Yeah, tenemos que terminar
Have
aquí.
they
Were
have-
waiting to make a payment, but after the
okay,
hearing.
but they have a
¿Cuánto tiempo es?
We don't know. Probably try after 12:30.
Entonces vengo mañana.
Okay, that's perfect.
Arriba ella.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side?
Yeah. Thank you.
So much.
Sure.
Have a good one.
All right, ready? Okay. The next case on agenda is section 8.1, case number 6121.
Okay, aren't we on 8966? Or am I?
We read
missing?
that already.
Okay, I've got a blank order here. What was the?
Per diem is $250.
Can you just repeat it for the record? Case 8966.
I believe it was presented. I'm not sure that you actually made a ruling.
No, I didn't. Today was one of those days where.
Right.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so what was the recommendation, Officer Gustin?
30 days,
Mm-hmm.
$250 per diem.
Okay, I've listened to the evidence. There's substantial competent evidence to support the city's position. They were served, I assume, by certified mail and posting.
Correct.
Okay. They'll have 30 days to comply or $250 per day thereafter. There you go. Thank you.
Next case 9.46131 Hazel McCumber, 3140 West Hollandaise Boulevard, lot 813. Hearing to confirm fine.
4. The next case on agenda is section 9.4, case number 6131. Code Officer Gene Gustin for the for the town of Pembroke Park. Case number 6131, property owner Hazel McCumber, site address 3140 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, lot number 813, Pembroke Park, Florida. The notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on December 12, 2023, and posted to the property on December 13, 2023, and Town Hall on January 5, 2024. At this current time, December 12, 2023, there was an affidavit of noncompliance. The property is still non-compliance, so is the town motion to confirm the fine amount of $18,950.
Okay. Notice given, obviously.
Certified mail posted to the
Great.
property.
Okay, I'll confirm the fine as requested, $18,450.
Continue to accrue.
Yes. Yeah, continue to accrue at, what is the, $50 a day.
Which one is that?
That is case number 131.
There you go.
For residents is 100.
100.
For the next one.
That was to confirm the fine. We confirmed it.
Okay. So which one is that?
6131, 9.4. 17, I mean, it was 18,000.
I believe that completes the docket.
Yeah. I think it does.
18,950.
That there were
950.
3 cases where you were out. I have the one before Thomas Carmaro. I mean, I have that in this order, but there was a hearing to confirm. No, there was a 30 or 60 day continuance or
7.1.
extension. Okay, let's do this first. The 8775. We already had the hearing. You weren't here. You were doing the abatement order. It's 7.2.
I did.
Right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, you weren't here. You were in there doing, if you have an order, I'll sign it. That's okay. No, you couldn't have been at 2 places at once. Yes.
We went through the rest of the docket while you were running around. We kept going because otherwise we would have had 3 more cases to go.
Like, oh my God.
So now we're just going back to do that paperwork, but the hearing is completed.
Yeah, okay, that was, it does have Corinne Carcamo, present. No one was here for that one. I don't-
Correct, no one was present.
Okay.
Right. So it looks like it was just an error where
Right.
the tenant was listed on the docket, but all the paperwork showed it was all,
Carcamo.
and the case is in the name of the owner.
Right, okay, the 60 within 60 days or $50 per day. Okay, and then the other one was 7.6, which is 8883. That's okay, that's all right.
50. Okay.
Great. And this is a final
Warner,
order.
you don't have to.
No, I'm just comparing that.
Oh, okay.
The image looks sharper on the TV than here.
Yeah, and that one was also Park 31 not here as well, I believe. God, how soon we forget, anyway. 30 days, 250 per day.
I mean, there was thing.
Okay, and there was just one more
More rowdy.
that you might have left.
They would've-
That was, I think, an
Right.
extension of time.
I never seen.
Yeah.
That only probably happened if it's a commissioner.
Yeah, whatever order you have left, that
Yeah, they stick together. That's a good thing.
this might be one of these, maybe.
I just have one final order.
Okay, one of
And
these.
this one is the lien.
Okay, this is, okay, which, 6121,
Did you already present?
yeah, probably, but let me, that one was one I didn't yellow in here. Jimenez, yeah.
Victor Jimenez is this one.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see it on here. This is the confirm fine. Oh, here it is. Okay, and that was granted. Okay, not present. Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. and that $12,500, which I'm confirming the fine, it continue on $100 per day until there's compliance. That's okay. And then there's Green Acres 5552. Let me
For the
see.
extension.
Yeah, that was the extension.
Oh, okay.
That's in at how much you extended it? 60 days, was it? Or
Yes, let's see here. Give me a second.
okay, 60 days. Yeah. All right.
That's correct.
Okay, the $100 a day. That because I didn't write that one down.
So 150.
Yeah. Does that sound about? Is that right? $100.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And not here as well. Okay. Green Acres. Okay, that one was where you weren't here, and then that one I didn't yellow in here.
All right.
Because, okay, and I signed off on that one as well. That's okay, that's all right. Okay, I think that does conclude everything. Any comments? It's okay, like, good job, everyone, as always. This is a more hectic one, but that's life in the big city. That's
It was
okay.
not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Actually, I think we have a great team here. So
Yeah. The noise, it's after the fact here that made my ruling. It took about as long as I thought was fair. Everybody would get to say what they want to say, so hopefully it'll work out, but so be it.
okay. The only comment I have is to please clean your area, as this commission chamber is shared with others. So just have our areas cleaned up after the meeting, and that's the
Okay.
only comment I have.
Very good, we'll do that. Excellent.
All right. So meeting adjourned
Yes, meeting adjourned, and
at 11:55 a.m.
yeah, there's gonna be,
55.
yeah,
55, okay.
one other thing, the Kelsey matter,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be, when you finalize it, you want to send it to me?
Yeah,
You can-
so I can do it now.
What do you want me to wait? I'll wait.
No, if you want,
y-
how you want to do it?
It's your call. What's easier for you?
Computer?
If you want to email, once you email it to me, and when you email it, if you could email this,
You
As-
want me to scan the original one?
yes, scan my handwritten one with it, as
Okay.
well as the new one with that, okay?
Okay.
And you could do it sometime today or whenever you do it.
All fine.
Yeah, let me, during all time, there shall be compliance with the town code so that there is no noise violation that constitutes a violation of the city code.